Welcome back, everybody. We're brewing some beer today again with a Brewers Best kit. This is going to be a Kölsch. Brewers Best. Got the water heating up here. Got the fermenter back here, just getting everything out. Gonna open up this box and see what's in it. There's 2 bags of CBW Bavarian wheat dry malt extract. So 12 ounces of crushed Carapils malt. Some bottle caps, which we'll need later. Our muslin bag. Sugar, which we'll need for bottling. 5 ounces of it. Some Williamite. And some Saz hops. 1 ounces of each. American hops from the Pacific Northwest. And then our big old can of extra light liquid malt extract from Brewers Best. I'm going to set this in the sink with some hot water. And we'll wait for our water to get to our steeping temperature and we'll get this thing rolling. Time to add our malt grains to our hot water. It is about 160 degrees. I've turned our heat down to like medium low. Beautiful lady here's gonna help me pour it in the sag. It's a really long one. They give you a lot of extra for this.
You can fit my whole leg in it.
It's good because now we don't have to touch the hot water. Tie a knot in it up here somewhere. So it stays nice and loose. We got all kinds of room to move around in there. I'm just gonna dump that in. This is what's known as steeping. Kind of like what you do with a tea bag. We're going to let this steep for 20 minutes. I'm just going to take this extra and tie it around my spoon here so it doesn't get wet. Tie a nice loose knot. 20 minutes. Yeah, we'll come back in 20 minutes when it's time to start to boil. 20-minute timer went off for our grains here. We're going to pull them out. And we like to dump some hot water over them to kind of rinse them out.
Because you don't want to squeeze it. Don't squeeze your sack. Sorry.
Don't squeeze your sack.
The worst is supposed to happen.
gonna crank it up and let it come to a boil. You can get rid of your sack. Alright, yeah, we'll let this come to a boil and we'll come back and do the rest. We're boiling. So we need to add, I believe it's the Williamite hops. Will you just check the paper right there? Right there. Add 1 ounce of Williamite hops.
Boil for 30 minutes actually.
This whole thing boils for a grand total of 55 minutes. And these we're just going to add directly in there. Sprinkle them in there nice and slowly so they don't agitate it and make it boil over or whatever. We'll let that go for 30 minutes and then we'll add some more hops after that. No, we don't need the lid right now, we'll let it boil.
Way before the time.
We forgot to add the liquid malt extract.
It's only been 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's literally only.
Oops.
That's alright, mistakes happen.
Really a mistake. Stand up.
I know, but it tastes good. It tastes like syrup.
It looks like
Also, hold on, I have this thing.
pumpkin sauce, though. It's like pumpkin juice.
I'm just gonna stir this because we don't want it to scorch on the bottom.
So we'll see you in 30 minutes now.
Next hop addition is Czech Republic Sans hops. And those are going to get boiled for about, what, 25 minutes. So we'll be back in 20 minutes to put some dry malt extract in. Add our dry malt extract, which can kind of be a pain in the butt. So you got to add it slow and really stir it real good while you're at it. It's best to maybe even turn your heat off while you do it. Because you'll notice if you ever have to use it, it just clumps right up as soon as it touches that hot water. Almost even before, like as soon as it touches the steam.
See the bag?
Like even the bag. We can maybe show you when we're done here. The bag, it clumps right up on the side of the bag from the steam. Like as soon as it gets wet, it just gets so sticky.
No, it's like
It just clumps right together.
on the side.
So you really, when you're using the dry malt extract, you really gotta stir it real good. Real good. Like, I mean, the first time we used it, I think I was stirring it for like 15 minutes. Because we just dumped the bag right in without even thinking about it. This stuff here actually isn't bad, but some of the other stuff I've used just turns literally to a ball as soon
Like
as you put it in there. Yeah. It turns into like a big old brain that you're trying to stir up in there. This stuff here actually isn't bad right now. Once I'm done stirring this up, what I'm going to do is we are going to boil this for 5 more minutes. Once that 5 minutes is up, I'm going to terminate the boil after that. We're going to turn the heat right off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rapidly cool this down as quick as I possibly can. Most people use an ice bath in their sink. But what I'm actually gonna do is, the last time I checked it was like 0 degrees outside, so I'm just gonna go set this on our front porch. Alright, we've reached a temperature that I'm comfortable putting this in our fermenter at this time. Make sure the spigot is off. Made that mistake. So I'm gonna take this, which is still somewhat warm. We're gonna dump it right in our bucket here. Now we need to bring it up to the 5-gallon mark, which is way up here. We're all the way here. So, some cold water and dump it in there. Well, that's pretty good, 5 gallons. At this point, I'm just going to stir it up with this whisk to aerate it real quick. It got aerated pretty good while I poured it all in here, but I just want to make sure it's real extra good. Really want to aerate it because oxygen is what the yeast feeds on. It will help it convert that seed, that sugars into alcohol. At this point, it's yeast time. Nottingham yeast, high performance. On the back of the package it says to rehydrate it, but also on our Brewers Best instruction sheet it says not to rehydrate it and to just sprinkle it over the top of the warped surface. Which is what we are doing. Okay. Now that our yeast is in here, take our lid, just shake the sanitizer off it. Make sure she's secure. Then we're going to put the airlock in. Fermenter about a day and a half, about 36 hours maybe after we brewed it. As you can see, the airlock's just going to town, bubbling away, expelling that CO2. Sitting around 68 degrees, a little cold. I actually had to move it into this closet with my water heater because it got really cold. Where I had it, it got too cold, and so I moved it in here to warm it up. But yeah, we're just gonna let it sit for about 2 weeks. I think after a week I might rack it into a second fermenter to finish off, clean up, and yeah, after about 2 weeks I think I'll check it and see where the final gravity reading is at, and if it's good, we'll bottle it and try it out. I think it's going to be really good.